Welcome to the Gals Guide podcast. Join us on an adventure to get to know famous and infamous women from around the world. Each of our presenters has a pick. Is she ancient history? Is she breaking news? Is she safe for work? Well, that's up to each presenter. All we know is that...
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Welcome back to the Gals Guide podcast. It is a new month and a new theme, and this year we are focusing on the personal and collective well-being. What does it look like when we take care of ourselves? And what does it well-being look like when we put the focus on our community around us? So this month we are on our well-being journey, and we are leaning into movement and joy in the body. We're taking and talking about dance and sports and women's freedom in physical expression. We're celebrating body joy and not just in fitness. So who are the gal pals that I am moving and grooving with this month? Well, first up, it is Gals Guide President, Book Club Director. It's Katie Young, everybody. Yay!
Thank you. Thank you for the warm welcome.
Always, every single time. So, Katie, in the spirit of well-being, my question for you is, how are you taking care of yourself this month? It's a hard question.
It is, isn't it? Well, why do I sound so shocked? We've been doing this how many months now? I'm like,
we are on our fifth month now. It's May. It's still hard, though. Like, every month, it's like, oh, crap, I'm supposed to be taking care of myself.
That's
yes, we are supposed
right?
to, but it's hard.
Well, I was just telling both of you before we hit record that I went to the prom last night to help take care of my, support my students while they attended prom. And it reminded me how much joy dancing can bring.
Yes.
So on par with our topic.
Yeah.
So I think I want to remind myself to do a little more dancing. Because I used to try to incorporate that a little into my cleaning around the house.
Yeah. Two for one.
I usually clean with some music and headphones on. But I feel like I haven't been doing it lately. So maybe I need to focus this month on our movement and body month on adding a little two-step shuffle, some disco moves into my house cleaning. I'm sure it'll make it so fun.
Exactly. I remember you taught me the shopping cart dance. So I'm just saying.
Yeah. I should go to Meijer and do that.
Exactly. Do the shopping cart dance.
Yeah. But I mean, self-care is also having those endorphins, making yourself happy. And dance can really create those. So yeah.
Exactly.
I gave myself a mission for the month.
I like it. Beautiful. Yay! Well, next up, she is zooming in from Ireland, and I'm so excited to have her back on the show. It's Jackie Donegan, everybody.
Yay! Jackie.
Hello.
Welcome.
Greetings again.
So, Jackie, same hard question. How are you taking care of yourself this month? I know, it's a hard one. We know.
That is a tough one. Oh, let's see. So I'm not sure if it's necessarily taking care of myself. I think I'm taking the different route of the fitness. So we have this group called Mothers and Others that just started up over here in the village.
Nice.
And what it is, you have to be at least 25 years old.
Okay.
And we get together and we play what's called Gaelic football. It's kind of like soccer, but you get to pick the ball up. And it's like a huge sport here. And there's a bit of basketball, I suppose, because you get to dribble it with your hand, too. Dribble with the hand or the foot.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. I've played it in the past. I was able to even represent the U.S. for a few World Games in the past years. But it's been a while. It has been a while.
But I do like the humble brag, though. That's good.
Well,
I am something of a pro.
You should have seen me the morning after training.
Fair.
Morning. It had been years since I played, and so we had training on Tuesday night, and the next morning, oh my word, I think I felt every muscle in my body.
Right. That's why there's rum.
Exactly. But in saying that and going off, Katie, those endorphins, it was just so much fun to get together with these ladies. I mean, we were anywhere from 25 years old to I think the oldest is 52. just had a blast. Like we were
Yay!
laughing at each other, at ourselves. I mean, it was just so much fun doing a bit of run around, more walking around.
Sure, fair.
Yeah. But it's the whole point of it is to just get together and to stay moving. Get the old joints moving and stuff.
That
So.
hits so many categories of self-care with that, like taking care of your body, getting that social outlet of, talking
Absolutely,
to
yeah.
other women and that kind of stuff. I assume you played outside, so soaking up maybe the sun. Do they have that there in Ireland?
The sun was shining.
Yeah,
the sun
it's a rare
we had
thing.
Good weather. Very rare. And of course, everybody's response is, "Oh, well, there goes our summer."
Because you get what, one good day?
Always take care. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be fun. We'll continue that through the summer.
Yay! Look at that. So more to look forward to, of more movement and joy in the body. Yes. Sweet.
Absolutely.
I like it.
And soreness.
Yeah, well, yeah. I like it. Well, as for me, I am Leah Leach. I'm the executive director and founder of Gals Guide. And oh my goodness, so how I'm taking care of myself this month. Josh and I, my husband and I, have actually been taking days off together. We've both been finding ourselves working like 9 days in a row because we both have flexible schedules. So that means that we could work 9 days in a row, or we could like frickin' take a day off, which we've like not been doing. So we've been finding days where we both can be off work and keeping each other accountable to actually stay off work to best as possible. Like answering a quick email, but not like then, well, what else is on my to-do list? And then just kind of like finding yourself, oops, shucks, now I'm back at work sort of thing. So it's been nice with that work creep a bit. It's also been nice to spend time together. So that little bit.
That's fantastic.
It's rare for us. Normally it's a day off and it's you go do your thing, I do my thing. Like we're in our little caves and stuff like that. So this is new for us.
Yeah.
But so far, so awesome. So I look forward to our next day off together, which is supposed to be Sunday, although there is a meeting in the middle of it. It's fine. We're both at that meeting.
Yeah.
Are you planning adventures?
We
are just doing kind of like,
It depends on the weather. So it's one of those things where we have like a list of adventures. We have a list of to-do list things around the house that are fun. Because, like the fun to-do list stuff around the house, like you wait. So it's just kind of like, how is the weather? How are we feeling? Did we drink too much the night before? And you know what I mean? Like
you just take the vibe of the day and see.
Yeah. And then just kind of look at, what do you feel like doing? What do you feel like doing? And, sometimes it's finding a new show and just binging all of that show, even if it's sunny outside. It's like, if that's what we feel like, that's what we feel like. So
sure.
Exactly. Day off together. It's great. I highly recommend days off in general. This is where I'm at.
Absolutely.
If you can take them. Yes.
Yeah.
So Mother's Day is coming up, and actually my pick ties in. So I was going to go first. I know it's so weird. Normally I kind of like, round out the month and go last, or, if there's a date in between. But I was surprised that my gal that I picked tied into Mother's Day. So I really didn't see this coming, because when I thought about movement in the body, I tried to think about a time when I was joyous in my own body. And let me tell you, ladies, that was hard. When was there a time when I was actually it's close to never that I was joyous in my body. But I did find it was when I was in my teens, because, we're all fucking hot and sexy in our teens. Even if we didn't think we were. But I was dancing a lot in my teens. So I was, for lack of a better word and lack of caveats, I was a club kid. I would go, I know it seems weird, right? Like I would go to the club at least twice a week. There was a couple of different clubs that I went to, but there was one where I was dating the bouncer. So I kind of went to that one a little bit more often than the other ones. But I would go to dance nights and I would go with friends and we would dance in the white girl circle. You all know what I'm talking about, right? The white girl circle is embarrassing, but we would cut loose. We would have tons of fun with it. And we would dance like nobody was watching because we really kind of felt like in that little protective circle that kind of like nobody was. When I was home alone, I would dance anytime that I got. And this really came from the fact that little tiny Leah was in ballet school and dance school.
Aww.
So it was kind of going back to that time. I had to ask my mom because I wasn't sure. We think from age 5 to 7 is when I was in ballet and dance school. I couldn't remember how old I was, but I remember why I left. I left because I had dance steps ideas for my teacher, and she would not listen to my dance steps, so I quit.
That bitch.
Aw.
I'm a weird rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But can you
I don't
imagine
like
a little
it.
7-year-old having dance ideas and your teacher be like, sure.
That's
I
awful.
remember why I quit dance.
But they're epic.
Why did you quit dance, Katie? Was it the drinking? No, I'm just kidding. That would have been my other
They
reason.
wouldn't let me drink and dance.
Right, exactly.
I think I quit when I was like pre-kindergarten. No, maybe it was. Oh, no. I think I went through first grade.
Okay,
So maybe
gotcha.
around about the same time
Yeah,
you quit
yeah.
dance.
Right?
I quit.
When our rebellious streak hit.
I don't know if mine's rebellious so much as petty.
What was it?
I quit because we would have dance recitals every so often, right?
Yes.
And every time you'd get costumes.
Oh, I loved the
And they
costumes.
were picked out for you, of course,
Yes,
by
they were.
the instructor and all of that. Every time I got a tutu, and I did not want a tutu. I wanted one of those different ones, like a flapper one, or like a
Yes.
straight skirt, or like a whatever. Every fucking time I got a tutu, and I was like, enough. I'm not wearing another tutu.
I don't want another
done.
loofah around my
I'm
waist.
Finished. I've waited like 3-4 recitals now.
Yeah.
For an
No
outfit
more
that wasn't
tutus.
a tutu, so I'm out.
There
That'd
you go.
be my reason. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, kindred spirits. I get it.
Yeah.
There's
love
only
that,
so much you're
though.
willing to put up with to perform.
I think right there we already know that you have massive creativity.
There you go, right? Exactly.
Yeah, you do.
Absolutely.
That and a rebellious streak. But yes.
Yeah.
So when I think of joy and movement, I think of dance. And one of the things that I think of with dance, besides, the killer outfits that are embarrassing even today in dance class, is that quote about Ginger Rogers did everything that Fred Astaire did, but backwards and in high heels. Have you ladies heard this quote before?
I
Yes.
think I have.
Yeah.
Okay. So
He's a
that's what
badass.
it's what made me think of it. So I thought I would talk about Ginger Rogers as well as where that quote comes from, and also how that quote might actually have far more truth than you might even know. So I got to start when Ginger was in utero. So when her mom, Leela, was still pregnant with Ginger, she left her husband and was determined to raise the baby on her own. And Ginger was born in Independence, Missouri. So we've already got this independent streak from mom and where Ginger was born. Then, to add to the story, Ginger's birth dad kidnapped her before her mom filed for divorce. And I got to explain this kidnapping story because it's crazier than you actually think. So digging deeper, I learned that Ginger's mom, Leela, when she was a single parent, because she was determined to raise this baby on her own, she had a job as a secretary. And when Ginger was a toddler, she would just leave her baby in the front lawn of the office building while she worked. And one day, Leela looked out the office window and her baby wasn't there. This was way before like daycare and shit. But can you, yeah. Right.
Do we know if there's like a fence?
We don't know. We just know there was a grassy area in front of the office. And I imagine it 7 different ways.
There's
all of them
gotta
bad.
be a fence. Yeah, there's gotta be a fence.
Gotta be.
Yeah. Like a playpen outdoors, all natural playpen. Yeah.
Yes. Maybe there was
making it better, right?
Sure. No.
Okay.
I think that helps.
I'm good now.
I think the statute of limitations has expired, but I think it does help me.
Oh my.
Mentally. I like it.
Yeah.
So it was front page news that little baby was kidnapped, and that led to a tip that, of course, baby daddy, right? So then what the mom does is she befriends a taxi driver at the train. Befriends, because she's at the train station trying to find out where ex-husband is. And the taxi driver says that he will take her to his house. And then Ginger said this later in life. She said, "Mother almost tore the screen door off its hinges as she raced into the house. She pulled me from the chair, she hugged me tightly, and she ran out of the house towards the awaiting cab."
Oh. Snatched her back.
Wow.
Snatched you backies.
Just ran right in there Hulk style. The Hulk smash. Grab baby. Run back to a cab of a dude she just met.
Yeah. Well.
So then Ginger understandably stayed at her grandparents' house for a while.
Yeah. Did they have a lawn?
I assume so, because, you know, what baby at this point doesn't love a lawn? So
she's free range.
Exactly. She's a feral child that needs her lawn.
Grass fed.
Grass fed. I like it. Yes. While Ginger was at her grandparents' house, her mom was actually out in Hollywood securing jobs to write scripts for Fox Studios. So there we have a little start of a movie collection or connection there. When Ginger was 9 years old, her mom married John Rogers, and they all moved to Fort Worth, Texas, where I assume they had a really great lawn. And mom became a theater critic for the local newspaper. And Ginger talks about how she thought of a career as a school teacher, but she was being around the theater a lot with her mom being a critic. So she got the bug because she started singing and dancing along with the performers that were on the Fort Worth stages. And she just wanted to sing and dance. At the age of 14, she started her career. And she started her career by winning a Charleston dance contest. And that dance contest led her to vaudeville. Then it led her to Broadway. And then it led her to movie contracts. She was an overnight star before she turned 19.
Wow.
So all real fast, from 14 to winning a contest to vaudeville to Broadway. Yeah, so she's real famous real fast.
Yeah.
She also, I will say, didn't finish high school. She did get married at age 17. But she did tour the United States as a headliner. Like, that's one hell of a life. Like, just
all before
definitely
18.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So her Broadway stuff, it's worth mentioning because it'll tie in later. On Broadway, her breakout role was the musical Top Speed. And then that led to a Gershwin project called Girl Crazy. And on Girl Crazy, there was a certain person named Fred Astaire who was helping with choreography. At that time, I won't talk too much about Fred, but at that point, Fred was known for dancing with his sister, Adele. And let's just say she was the talent of the duo and written profusely of how the girl was much better than the guy.
Wow.
So when he was working on Girl Crazy, when he met Ginger Rogers, he was actually licking his wounds because he just had a Broadway flop himself. Ironically, that Broadway show was called Smiles. He was anything but smiles after tanking. But Ginger was working on the dance number with Alan Kearns, and Fred was helping with choreography. So she talks about dancing with Fred for the first time at that rehearsal. And she said this: "There was no reason to be particularly impressed. I honestly didn't think of him again."
Love it.
Burn.
These are great. So she went in to star in a crap ton more movies. And when I say a crap ton, when Fred and Ginger made their first movie together, this is what Ginger wrote in her biography, and it's a big tell of their relationship. She said, "His second film, my 20th. So they danced together for like one number in Flying Down to Rio, their very first one together. But then that did lead to 9 more films that they were in. And somehow, even though Ginger was in more than 80 films, she is most known for those 9 of Dancing with Fred Astaire, Leah. Right? She was also labeled as difficult for her artistry and her talents. And he was labeled as nervous perfectionism. Please gag me, please. So
The
great.
very essence of a double standard there.
Correct.
Yeah.
I've got a
Yep.
beautiful example of the double standard because there was many, but I wanted to pick what's the quintessential relationship between their working relationship. So I'm going to call this example the feathers incident. It happened in 1935 in the film Top Hat. They have a very famous dance performance. It's cheek to cheek, that spend
Oh,
together
yeah.
dancing. So it's that number. Ginger is wearing in the movie a satin and feathered gown, hence the feathers incident. So Ginger actually designed this dress, and Fred hated it. Fred sent the director to do the dirty work to tell Ginger, I don't like the dress. Maybe. So Ginger called her mom. Mom's obviously a badass. She leaves her kids just in the lawn. But Ginger nearly walked off the set due to this dress. And she said, our emotions were high pitched. He didn't like my dress, and I didn't like being put to the test. In our rehearsal for camera, it's true. Some of the feathers did flutter and annoy Fred. He muttered to himself as he picked the feathers off his tailcoat. Instead of cheek to cheek, that song should have been called Horns to Horns.
Oh.
So Fred wrote, this was his take on the whole feathers incident. He said, we laughed about that episode for weeks afterwards. It was sort of a running gag with Ginger and me. I used to call her Feathers. Does that sound like gaslighting to anybody?
Right.
Very much so, yeah.
I do think it was a case of Fred not getting his way because it's Hollywood, right? It's a boys' club.
Yeah.
He's also a string bean little song and dance man. Like he's not making it in with the macho guy crowd. So the idea of pushing down a woman who is outshining him, who looks gorgeous, who can do all the dances.
Yes.
He was trying to bring her down a peg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get some power.
A little hazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Ginger didn't find it funny.
Obviously.
Right? Exactly. So she wrote, I love her. She wrote the foreword to Fred Astaire's biography in the 80s.
Oh.
And this is what she wrote. She said, quote, didn't the feather dress turned out superbly, contrary to your on-the-set evaluation when I first wore it? I guess we all make snap judgments.
I love it.
She was not letting it go. So Fred and Ginger, they danced together 33 performances in 9 movies. And I really do kind of struggle for words of why it's so memorable because it's an intangible thing for me. So I found a quote that I agreed with that said it better than I could. So this is from author John Mueller, who wrote a lot of dancing biographies, especially ones about Fred Astaire. But what he said is, Rogers was outstanding among Astaire's partners, not because she was a superior to others as a dancer, but because she was a skilled, intuitive actress. She was cagey enough to realize that the acting didn't stop when the dancing began. The reason why so many women have fantasized about dancing with Fred Astaire is that Ginger Rogers conveyed the impression that dancing with him is the most thrilling experience imaginable. I will add to that our girl won an Academy Award. So
I was going to say, she's a brilliant actress, isn't she?
Acting is the thing.
Yes.
I will also say she was a skilled dancer. I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
But she did win an Academy Award, not for that film, not for a Fred Astaire film, but for a film called Kitty Folly. But it was in the middle of her working with Fred. So let's just say the talent for acting and portraying something that she's not like happy dancing with Fred Astaire is a thing. Ginger also did a bunch of non-musicals as well. She's not like she's a triple threat, but she also is a very skilled actress as well. At one point, 1945 to be exact, she was actually the highest paid performer in Hollywood. And it didn't matter if it was a musical or if it was a comedy or if it was a drama. She was with Cary Grant and Marilyn Monroe in her movies. She even did a movie with Ronald Reagan. I just laugh as I say it because you just kind of have to. But at one point, as always, she turned 40. So we all know what that means, right? She turned 40. She's in Hollywood. Yeah.
Unemployable, right?
Unemployable. The last fuckable day is what Amy, I can't remember her last name calls. Yeah, calls it. Yeah.
You're implying. I'm just like, I
You're
felt
picking up what I'm
compelled to
putting
fill
down.
in the gap, but yeah, go please.
Exactly. So because she was over 40, this is now what film historians call her later career, and what they also call her gradual decline. This is,
Ugh.
Oh, Jesus.
I know, right? I read it over and over again, and I'm like, oh, I get it. She's over 40. Why don't you just say she turned 40 and she was done? I got it. But she was back on Broadway. She did Hello, Dolly, and she did Mame. She performed for Queen Elizabeth II as well. She was doing pretty damn good. She was also on a lot of TV game shows. You can see her in like was it $10,000 Pyramid? You know what I mean? Like those kind of game
Yeah.
shows. She was on an episode of Love Boat because all women over the age of 40 who were still a name were on Love Boat.
Mm.
She was also in Here's Lucy, which was one of the I Love Lucy later spin-off shows. Ginger was married 5 times. She had no kids. She was best friends with Lucille Ball and Betty Davis. If I could go
Love
to
it.
just
Oh, wow.
one of those nights,
Yes.
Ginger
That would be
Rogers,
amazing.
Lucille Ball, and Betty Davis, like, yes, sign me up. How fast? I'll wear feathers. It's going to be great. She does talk about, I have her biography. So her biography is called Ginger, My Story. She does talk at length about being a Christian Scientist. So I thought if I didn't mention it, I would do a disservice to about 70% of her book. But she also wrote about her mother. And she said this: of the many gifts bestowed upon me, there is one treasure above all others, my dear mother, Leela. For somebody who left her in a lawn, those two became real tight. And they really, really did support each other and champion for each other and stick together and love the same things, like absolutely passionately, in an industry that's horrible to women. So, but Ginger died in 1995 at the age of 83. Her birthplace is a historic landmark, and at one point it was a museum. Right now it's a private home. The theater that she first performed at in Oregon very early in her career as a vaudevillian got named after her. So it's the Criterion Ginger Rogers Theater. So she has a theater named after her in Oregon. So now let me come back to the quote, because I promised I would come back to that glorious quote. Because her quote is probably known better than her actual life story. Because people will be like, yeah, no, I've heard of the quote. Can you name a Ginger Rogers movie? Oh, she was with Fred Astaire, right? Like, you know what I mean? End of list.
Yeah.
So the quote, Ginger Rogers did everything Fred Astaire did, but backwards in high heels. So that quote actually comes from a comic strip. It was 1982's Frank and Ernest is the comic, to be specific. Bob Thaves was the writer and illustrator who, little Minnesota connection, graduated from the University of Minnesota. He served in World War II, and then after the war, he moved to California, and that's when his comic strip took off. In the 1960s, it became, in 1972, it became syndicated, so you could see the comic more and more places. And I have to mention this actually for Debbie, one of our listeners who has been on the show, because Bob won Punster of the Year in 1990. I didn't know there was such an award as Punster of the Year, but I think it's life goals for our friend Debbie. So the actual quote that came out in 1982 is only like a little touch different, but it has 2 men on a park bench, and it reads, "Sure, he was great, but don't forget that Ginger Rogers did everything he did backwards and in high heels." So the comic strip actually starts with a conversation about Fred Astaire and then changes to the famous quote. So now I will ask my gal pals a loaded question before I answer it. Why do you think this quote is so powerful or engaging for women? Why do you think that we mention it or that we tell it? Or what do you feel when you hear it? What do you think about this quote? I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot. I should have given you more time.
No.
Well, my first reaction, like I have heard that quote before, is just the fact that, I mean, she did all that in high heels, like mad props to that. Like,
Right?
I'm not a heel wearer. I can maybe get like a little wedge, but that's it.
Because those hurt.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So just her being able to just from the physical aspect, like she kicked ass. She
did.
kicked ass. So I'm all about hearing about women kicking ass.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah.
I would say too that she had to try and she had to work twice as hard
Yeah.
to get any
Yeah.
amount of credit, and that he could easily get credit without even having to put in the work or the effort. Just
Right.
like you said in the
Yep.
story that he was a mediocre dancer,
Yeah.
and she's the one having to bring out the best in what he's doing.
To sell it as an
Mhm.
actress.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm right there with both of you that she did twice as much and gets half as much credit.
Yeah.
And I will say, I feel that for many women, that it doesn't matter if you're famous or not to get any credit in career or home or parenting or event planning, or if you're lucky, you get half credit or partial credit for any of those things that you do. When Ginger made twice as many movies as Fred Astaire, she won an Academy Award when Fred got an honorary award because it's a boys' club.
Mm.
She made Fred look good, like Katie was saying. And also, he might not have a career had it not been for her. But she had the extra pressure to look good, to nail the movements every single time, to show joy, and to dance in high heels. So it always felt like to me, it was that reminder of ladies, we can do anything. We can do all of the things. Anything that guys can do, we can do too. But the limitations are going to be, we're still not going to get the credit for it.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be done at 40.
Right. And then you're done at 40.
Done at 40.
Right. You got to go Broadway at 40.
Oh, goodness. Oh,
I'll
goodness.
perform for the queen. Exactly. So I thought for my my Mother's Day wish, this talking about the, getting half the credit and thinking about Mother's Day. I have a Mother's Day wish for y'all, for our listeners, and goodness, I really hope our listeners are listening to this before Mother's Day, or I will have to wait another year before maybe this Mother's Day wish can come to fruition. So I wish that you give your mom credit for the things that she has done, whether she sucked at it or not. And generally speaking, moms are not working with a fair hand. The odds are stacked against them. And remember, they got to smile when they lose as well. So I hope that you tell your mom in a text, in a phone call, at dinner at Olive Garden, because we all tend to take mom to Olive Garden for some unforsaken reason, that I wish for you to be able to tell her, thank you for all that you have done that you haven't gotten credit for, right? And if your mom is no longer on this earth, I hope you either shout up to the heavens or that other place, I'm sorry you didn't get the credit. And then one more thing, my hope for all of our listeners, no matter how many kids you have or don't have any kids, how many mothers you have survived, I just hope you dance. Just dance. You know what I mean? In any shape or form, like Katie was talking about, while you're, doing unpaid labor. Dance, right? So, yeah. So any other thoughts on Mother's Day, Ginger Rogers? Or feathers?
Yeah. Relatable. I
There you
mean,
go.
of all the times I've been in movies
Definitely.
dancing and wearing feathers and silk. But
Every third Thursday, I believe.
pretty incredible. That's right.
Exactly. Yes. Take that credit, give that credit, even if it's, just to
Yeah.
the ether.
I'm happy to have a new technique for parenting, though.
Yes.
Free range.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Just put them in the lawn. Yeah. I like it. You've even got a fence. Done.
Well, that's the back, but I suppose I could try it.
You could. You know what? And, if your child's just a little bit sad, you got dogs. Release the hounds.
I was going to say, I put our puppies out there,
Yes.
but there's a fence as well.
Right? Exactly. Yes. You get the fur babies outside, free ranging.
For babies.
They're having a great time.
They are.
I like it.
I love the independence from her origin and her drive.
Yeah.
And it sucks that she had to work twice as hard for less credit. And I feel like a lot of people would hear this story or tell that story and be like, well, that was back then. Things have changed.
Have they? Have they?
Right. So I love what you've sent to the universe to remind everybody to give their mothers their appreciation, love, and due.
Exactly. And in turn, whether you have kids or not, yourself. Give yourself credit.
Absolutely. Love it.
Sweet. Do you want me to wrap up this glorious episode so people can have a Mother's Day, obviously,
Yes.
because, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that wraps it up for this week. Join the Gals Guide podcast next week and learn more about movement and joy in the body. Thanks for listening. That's another woven thread into our personal and collective well-being tapestry. If you loved learning about women's history or are looking for some self-care, discover even more community and care at galsguide.org. Until next time, keep sharing women's stories.